The town of Ashton was nestled amidst rolling hills, where houses seemed to huddle close as if seeking comfort from the wind that swept across the plains. The Ashton Church, with its peeling paint and weathered wooden doors, was the beating heart of the community. Its bell had rung for generations, marking not just time but milestones of joy and sorrow. This Sunday was supposed to be a day of joy. A community talent night had been organized, not to gather donations, but to gather smiles, to remind the townsfolk of simpler times and their resilience. Young Ethan Carter, whose entire world revolved around baseball, football, and video games, was to perform a magic trick. Agnes Blackwood, the 80-year-old known for her legendary apple pie, would share a secret family recipe. And young Thomas Miller, shy and bookish, would read poetry that poured from his heart despite his shaking hands. Each act was like a thread in a tapestry, weaving together the fabric of their community. But it was Emily Parker's performance that was the brightest thread of all. Emily wasn't like the other kids in town. She didn't talk about the latest trends, TV shows, or pop stars. Her conversations often drifted to imaginary worlds where sickness healed and birds sang lullabies to troubled souls. The townsfolk, while fond of Emily, sometimes found her dreams a bit perplexing. They couldn't understand her fascination with a worn-out Bible, her habit of talking to the sunshine, or how she could find magic in the mundane. But on the day of the talent night, as they settled into the hard wooden pews of the old church, they were about to witness the magic in Emily's spirit. The church resonated with excited chatter, the murmur of greetings, and the rustle of programs. The aroma of potluck food lingered in the air, mingling with the scent of aging wood and hymnals. Laughter echoed as townsfolk settled into their seats. Soon the chatter died down. The MC, Mr. Franklin, a jovial man with twinkling eyes, took to the stage. He was met with a wave of cheers and applause. "All right, folks, we're here to celebrate life, our little quirks and talents. We're gonna have some magic, a dash of mystery, and a heaping helping of heart," he boomed, his voice echoing through the old building. "And our very first act is gonna give us a taste of each. It's Emily Parker. Folks, she's got a song that she says comes right from the heart. Let's welcome her." A smattering of applause broke out as a slight figure appeared at the top of the stairs leading to the stage. Emily, with her unruly brown hair escaping from a faded ribbon and her dress several sizes too big, seemed a bit lost in the sudden spotlight. Her worn leather shoes were scuffed and her bare legs trembled slightly as she clutched a microphone that dwarfed her small frame. She took tentative steps onto the stage. The hush that fell over the crowd was profound. The whispers stopped abruptly. Even the air seemed to hold its breath. Mr. Franklin, sensing the shift, stepped closer to Emily, his smile softening. "Why don't you start off with a nice hello, Emily?" he whispered, his voice barely audible above the expectant quiet. She nodded, clutching the microphone tighter. Her eyes, large and earnest, shone with a determination that belied her years. "Hi, everybody," she said, her voice barely a whisper but carrying a surprising strength. The applause that followed was hesitant at first, but soon grew, swelling like a wave until it filled the sanctuary. Emily stood bathed in the spotlight, her silhouette outlined against the darkness behind her. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath, the microphone swaying gently as if echoing her heartbeat. When she opened her eyes, the stage seemed to vanish. There was no more microphone or curious crowd. She was alone, or so she thought, in a vast field of sunflowers taller than,